हाय स्टूडेंट, गुड डे। आज हम ACCA फाइनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग F1 का लेक्चर शुरू कर रहे हैं। लाइव रिकॉर्डिंग्स होंगी और इसमें हम ये फ्री लेक्चर्स अपडेट कर रहे हैं अपनी प्लेलिस्ट में। यू कैन फाइंड इट ओवर देयर। और लेक्चर्स मिक्स होंगे उर्दू इंग्लिश में। एज यू नो स्टूडेंट के ऑल एग्जामिनेशन हम आपके ACCA के इंग्लिश में ही होते हैं, तो मेरी प्रेफरेंस यही रहेगी कि हमारे ज़्यादा लेक्चर्स इंग्लिश में ही हों। लेकिन कुछ एक्सप्लेनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू के लिए वी यूज उर्दू एज वेल। बट इफ यू आर कंफर्टेबल देन आई एम ओके। इसके साथ साथ स्टडी टेक्स्ट हम यूज करेंगे कैपलान की, जो कि 25 एडिशन है और 26 तक ये वैलिड रहेगा। और इसके साथ हम स्टूडेंट्स को पास कार्ड, फ्लैश कार्ड भी प्रोवाइड करेंगे हर चैप्टर के। जो जो चैप्टर्स हम कवर करेंगे, नॉर्मली एक रिकॉर्डिंग जो है वो एक चैप्टर के लिए होगी और यू विल फाइंड सेम चैप्टर फ्लैश कार्ड एज वेल एज स्टडी टेक्स्ट। So let's now begin with the chapter 1. Chapter 1 is Introduction to Financial Reporting. इसमें फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग स्टूडेंट्स आप सब इसमें न्यू हैं ACCA सेशंस में। आपको ये जितनी भी टर्म्स आप अभी हम स्टार्टिंग पे यूज़ करेंगे, आपको जस्ट रिमेंबर रखना है कि आपके एंड तक आपकी यही सेम टर्म्स ही अप्लाई होनी है। अगर आप डे 1 से कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर कर लेंगे, इसके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स में अच्छा अंडरस्टैंडिंग कर लेंगे, तो यू हैव अ ब्राइट चांसेस टू सक्सीड इन योर ऑल पेपर in first attempt. That I can assure you. So let's see, and let's start with this introduction. So introduction में हम define करेंगे कि क्या financial reporting क्या है, identify and define the types of business entity, कौन कौन सी businesses होते हैं, sole proprietorship है, partnership है, limited companies है. These are the basic things which you need to understand. आइडेंटिफाई यूजर्स ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट के यूजर्स कौन है, जो ऑडिट हम रिपोर्ट्स बनाते हैं, इसके किस किस को जरूरत है, कौन मांगता है। सप्लायर्स मांगते हैं, बैंक्स मांगते हैं, गवर्नमेंट मांगती है, FBR मांगता है। everyone want to know their financial information, so we'll discuss all these points. Identify the purpose of main financial statement. इसका मेन पर्पस क्या है, स्टेक होल्डर देखना चाहते हैं कि कंपनी प्रॉफिट में है, नहीं है, लॉस में है, कितना लॉस है या कितना प्रॉफिट है, इसका मंथ वाइज कितना है, वीकली कितना है, ईयर वाइज कितना है, डेली कितना है। सारी उसकी रिपोर्ट्स उसमें ड्राइव होती हैं। डिफाइन एलिमेंट्स ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट एंड डिफाइन एक्सप्लेन अकाउंटिंग ए कॉन्सेप्ट एंड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स। इसमें भी सारे कॉन्सेप्ट जो है, अकाउंटिंग कॉन्सेप्ट क्या क्या उसमें फॉलो होते हैं, उसको हम डिस्कस करेंगे। This is overview of accounting. So accounting consists of two elements. So recording, हर ट्रांजैक्शन की आपको पता है रिकॉर्ड बनता है, मेंटेन होता है, सिस्टमेटिक रिकॉर्ड बनता है, ERP सिस्टम है, मैनुअल रिकॉर्डिंग है, समराइजिंग है, एंड देन मैनेजमेंट अकाउंट्स है। मैनेजमेंट अकाउंट्स और फाइनेंशियल अकाउंट्स वी विल डिस्कस इन मोर डिटेल कि ये कैसे ये सारे सिस्टम में वर्क करते हैं। तो इसमें फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट में स्टेटमेंट ऑफ कैश फ्लो है, स्टेटमेंट ऑफ चेंजेस इन इक्विटी है, स्टेटमेंट प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस है, फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन है एंड नोट्स है। ये स्टूडेंट्स आप डे 1 से ही अंडरस्टैंड रखें कि आपको ये स्टेटमेंट लास्ट पेपर जो आपका जो प्रोफेशनल अकाउंटिंग का जो स्ट्रेटेजिक बिजनेस रिपोर्टिंग है, उस स्टेज तक आपको इन चीज़ों पे का वास्ता रहेगा। So it's a good idea to from day 1 you remember all these things and work hard and study hard. This is very easy and easy to get it, and you will get through definitely with this paper. So introduction में जो main points हैं, जो you just go through. Also I will explain the areas where it is required, but this is complete study text. You can understand, follow these topics and these huge paragraphs, but I help you for understanding the each topic in the simple way of presentation. स्टूडेंट मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग में ये होता है कि इसमें हम डे टू डे इंफॉर्मेशन जो है ना उसकी जो जितना कंट्रोल कंपनी ने बनाए हैं, सारे एग्रीमेंट्स वगैरह, ये सारे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स और उसकी जो ट्रांजैक्शन नोट की हैं, उनकी सारी जो है ना मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग में उसका जो है ना उसकी प्रेजेंटेशन की जाती है, फॉर्मुलेटिंग स्ट्रेटजी बनाई जाती है, और इसमें जो है ना डिसीजन मेकिंग के इसके लिए हेल्पफुल होती है क्योंकि उसमें सारा उसकी जो है ना उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन जो प्रोवाइड की जाती है इसकी हेल्पफुल होती है कि स्टूडेंट और मैनेजमेंट जो है इसके जो है ना डिटेल्स उसके पास होती हैं सारी। ओके, प्लानिंग एंड कंट्रोलिंग एक्टिविटीज होती हैं, डिसीजन मेकिंग हेल्पफुल होती है, ऑप्टिमाइजिंग द यूज ऑफ रिसोर्सेज होता है। यानी कि मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग का रोल उस वक्त शुरू होता है जब सारी फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट बन जाती हैं, उसके बाद मैनेजमेंट के डिसीजन मेकिंग के लिए ये हेल्पफुल होती है कि मैनेजमेंट को देखना होता है कि वेदर वी आर परफॉर्मिंग वेल और वी आर गोइंग ऑन राइट ट्रैक। यूजर्स ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट के यूजर्स क्या हैं? यूजर्स एज वी डिस्कस अर्लियर कस्टमर हैं, इन्वेस्टर हैं, ये मैनेजमेंट है, एम्प्लॉइज हैं, पब्लिक है, कंपेटिटर्स हैं, गवर्नमेंट है, लेंडर्स हैं, सप्लायर्स हैं। ये सारे ये आप डे टू डे के यूज में आप इंटरेक्ट कर रहे हैं। आप में से कोई भी बच्चा अगर कोई बिजनेस, छोटा सा बिजनेस स्टार्ट करता है, ई कॉमर्स का बिजनेस स्टार्ट करता है, और इन सब से आपका वास्ता रहता है। आपको देखना होता है कि कौन कौन से यूजर्स हैं आपके, जो आप अपनी रिपोर्ट्स मेंटेन करेंगे, या आप सोल प्रोप्राइटर हैं, उसको फिर हम आगे डिस्कस करते हैं। लेकिन हर बिजनेस के जितना जितना बिजनेस बढ़ता जाएगा तो योर यूजर्स विल आल्सो एक्सपैंड अकॉर्डिंग टू योर बिजनेस एक्टिविटी एंड ऑपरेशंस। इसमें इन्वेस्टर्स कौन होते हैं? द मेन यूजर, स्टेक होल्डर, फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट और कॉमनली ग्रुप एज फॉलो। इन्वेस्टर्स वो होते हैं जो बिजनेस में इन्वेस्ट किया होता है, जिन्होंने अपनी सारी जो रिटर्न्स गेन करते हैं उसके प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस के जिम्मेदार होते हैं, और उसके जो फ्यूचर प्रॉफिट्स वगैरह के जिम्मेदार होते हैं। तो दे आर द इन्वेस्टर। इन्वेस्टर कैन बी अ शेयर होल्डर, और इन्वेस्टर कैन बी आउटसाइडर who have interest in this business. So this is a definition of employees. Employees, as you know, the workers of the company who are the employed by the employer, and they just offering their services according to their department: account, finance, sales, marketing, production, project management. All these type of the employees examples are there. Lenders are the for bank purpose, you can say, the who are just giving you money if you need a funding from the banks or any other institution for long term and short term. Government is agencies, the suppliers, these are the common and self understood. So you just go through customer, what is the customer and what is the public, that also you well aware about this thing. Management competitors would also use the financial statement, like अगर आप पेप्सी के में मैनेजमेंट में है तो आपको कोक के भी रिजल्ट्स देखने होते हैं कि कोक किधर परफॉर्म कर रहा है। अगर आप एक कंपेटिटर्स की कोई भी एग्जांपल देख लें, फास्ट फूड है, उसमें इंडस्ट्री एवरेज आ जाती है, वो डिटेल में फिर आगे डिस्कशन हमारी चलती रहेगी, उसमें सारी चीज़ें हम डिस्कस करेंगे। फिर टाइप्स ऑफ बिजनेस एंटिटी, सोल प्रोप्राइटरशिप इज ओनली ए वन person, one man show. This is a sole proprietorship. This definition you go through. This is the easy one and you will understand quickly. Every person who starts e-commerce, Shopify, this is an example of a sole proprietor. Or if anybody doing a business as a whole, solely owned, so that is example. And partnership is a one, more than one person is a partnership, two person, three family members are there, the group of people are there who are the family member are there, partnership example. And the limited liabilities companies, so these companies are unlike the sole trader partnership. Limited company is established as a separate legal entity to their owners. This achieved through the legal process of incorporation. All उसके processes complete किए जाते हैं company registration office में जाके, they just fulfill their all requirements, shareholders detail is provided, and all their investments are described, and they open a bank account, and all capital structure is also maintained over there, how they all just maintain. This is one of the operating as a sole proprietorship and limited company. Then it is explained further with the explanation and with just little examples which will helpful for you to memorize. So these are the easy one. Just go through the comparison of companies sole proprietorship, property, transfer of shares, and then being assured or security of loans. These are the benefits and purposes. So for these purposes, they need to incorporate a company. If they just a sole proprietorship, they have some advantages, some disadvantages are there. So disadvantages of incorporation being limited liability के जो disadvantages हैं कि उसमें कैसे उसमें how they can avoid or these things can be taken into consideration before taking a step into the incorporation process. So the framework. So what is the meaning of framework in accounting? There is a framework means there are the bodies are there who involve in preparation of a financial statement. Is the conceptual framework of the reporting. This is the conceptual framework का मतलब ये है कि वो जो है ना उसमें एक फॉर्मेट और एक कंप्लीट डिजाइन उन्होंने बना दिया हुआ है बॉडी ने IFRS है IAS भी है इसके सारे चैप्टर्स वाइज हम आगे डिटेल डिस्कस करेंगे उन्होंने पर्पस बना दिया हुआ है एक्सप्लेन कर दिए हुए हैं कि उसमें पर्पस क्या है कि आइडियाज मेन आइडियाज कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ प्रिंसिपल अपॉन विच विल इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल IFRS ने बनाए हैं द पर्पस ऑफ कंसेप्शन ऑफ फ्रेमवर्क the objectives of financial framework, qualitatives, and then definition, approvals, and going concern, and the concept of financial capital maintenance, how it will maintain in the books of accounts. The main purpose of a framework, the purpose of a framework is to ISP to development of financial reporting standard and to assist preparing in the financial statement. इसमें सारे वो उन्होंने डिस्क्राइब किए हैं ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हाउ दे विल प्रिपेयर हाउ दिस विल बी विद कंप्लीट सफिशिएंट गाइडलाइंस एंड ऑल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स will be defined over there. Objective of financial statement to be precise and provide a financial statement to the for the decision making. Prudence का मतलब है prudence is an important concept as referred to the and this is exercise of caution when making a judgment under condition of uncertainty. Prudence means it will give you guidelines of in the term of uncertainty. If you are not sure, but you make sure to ensure that assets and income are not overstated. लेकिन आप उसमें टेक केयर करते हैं कि फाइनेंशियल जो है ना आपकी जो स्टेटमेंट है ओवर स्टेटेड नहीं होनी चाहिए मीन अबव नहीं होनी चाहिए एक्सपेक्टेशन से या रियलिटी से और लाइबिलिटीज शुड नॉट बी अंडरस्टेटेड लाइबिलिटीज आपकी कम नहीं होनी चाहिए मतलब कि आपने 10 लाख रुपया देना है और ये आप बुक्स में ये नहीं शो करें कि आपने 6 लाख देना है और एसेट आपके पास अगर 10 लाख के हैं और आप 20 लाख के एसेट हैं ये आप शो नहीं करें कि आपके एसेट्स 20 लाख के हैं कि ये इट इज द definition of prudence. You have to take care of this issue very carefully. Qualitative characteristics क्या है? The attribute that make a financial information provided in the financial statement useful to others. So this is useful to others mean it will helpful for them for their decision making. The fundamental qualitative characteristics में relevance है, faithful है. Mean relevance mean के it is relevant to the specific period, specific time and faithful representation है कि एक trustworthy information disclose की गई है financial statement में. Exchange qualitative characteristics, comparability, verifiability, timeliness and understandability. ये concept students आपको आगे तक F8, F7, F9 और इसमें सारे subjects में ये continuous रहने हैं. You have to make sure you understand all this topic very carefully and clearly. Your doubt should be clear from day one. Relevant information is a relevant. It is the ability to influence the economic decision of users and it is provided in time of influence those decision. Okay. So qualitative relevance, the predictive values enable users to evaluate the assets past, present, or future events. So this is very clear by their words itself. Threshold quality, they have mentioned faithful presentation. If information is represented faithfully in transaction and other events that it perhaps The reports must be accounted for and or presented in accordance with their substance. So mean to say that faithful presentation is completely faithful, and financial information should process the following characteristics. This mean completeness. So understandability of information, the description and explanation, this is very clear, and all information is given, not half information or the cost effectiveness. Neutrality, so mean it is a neutral, information must be neutral, free from bias. Financial statements are not neutral if by a selection of presentation of information they influence. Okay, they should be neutral information and should not be any wrong things should not be presented, free from any error. It will be complete verification, and the material error should be protected, and it information must be free from all errors. Mean उसमें wrong entry नहीं होनी चाहिए, wrong billing नहीं होनी चाहिए, it wrong payment नहीं होना चाहिए, और total में error नहीं होनी चाहिए. This should be taken care of. All the error must be perfectly accurate in all manners. For example, they have mentioned where an estimate has been used to the amount of must be described clearly and accurately as being an estimate. So there should be a fair purpose meaning of this. How they enhancing the qualitative characteristics, comparability. Just take a paragraph में clear कर देते हैं. Compare the financial statement of an entity over time to identify the trends of financial performance, and compare the financial statement entity to evaluate the relevant information, professional performance position. Purpose of this one, comparability. They have a apple to apple analysis. Last year what was the company doing, and this year what is their performance. So they just make a comparison. If some like food chain, if this company is doing what and their food cost is 40% and the other company's food cost is 70%, so these mean it's not comparable. So the things you have to find out. So detail, but main concept, the basic understanding I tell you. If some term or financial terms are new to you, so just read the understand the meaning of their headings, so your 50% problem will be solved. Verifiability mean it can be verifiable directly, indirectly. Verification means verifying the amount of representation through direct observation, like accounting cash. Indirect verification means checking input into a formula and other technique, recalculation or the verification. Everything is verifiable. You think you yourself how you verifying these things, and those abilities and qualities should be bring into the financial terms. Timeliness means having information available for the decision maker. Understandability, information is understandable to all the parties, and they have a reasonable knowledge of the business and economic activities. And it is understood that the accounting bodies want to make sure it is understandable to layman and in the form of their presentation, and there should not be any complex transaction. Now elements of financial statement. So this is an important thing. Now starting asset is the present economic resources controlled by entity, result of past event. So this definition is also important. It will in objective type questions, student, it will helpful for you. Asset is a present economic resource like machine, equipment. You just name it, a vehicle, and your building, plant and machinery. All these things are assets definition. So this is a building owned by, controlled by business, and this is which is for business purpose. Focus on this definition. This is a important focus. And then liability, a present obligation of the entity to transfer an economic resource as a result of past events. So like liability mean you loan, financing, you just have to pay some financial. Equity means a residual interest, mean the investors who invest their shares of investment. This is called equity. Income is a business income. Expense is a business expense, whatever is allowed under the accounting concept and the principle of framework. So this is assets breakdown. So this is the current assets and non-current assets. Just remember simple formula. Current assets are those which can be liquidated into cash immediately. So this is the definition of current asset. Non-current assets are those which cannot be converted into cash immediately, which can be a building your plant machinery and this thing. Simple definition. Now let's see how they explain over here. Asset is expected to realize, sold, or consumed within the normal operating cycle, realized within 12 months, and on held primarily for trading purpose. This is the definition. Like your current assets are your cash in hand, cash at bank. Your stocks are your current assets, inventory, receivable, cash. This is example. And then here the non-current assets like land and building, motor vehicle, plant and machinery. So these are the long-term assets. These are non-current assets. So liabilities are claimed on the business by outsiders like banks or other your suppliers. And the current liabilities are those which are need to pay quickly. For example, payable, overdraft, loans, short-term, and then long-term liabilities is a non-current liabilities or a bank loan or your all these type of definitions you have to remember for your examination point of view. You quickly just finishing this chapter, and it will definitely helpful for you to understand more accurately and focus on your practicing objective type questions as well. The component of assets of financial statement, the financial statement positions, these are the component assets of financial statement. They have mentioned statement of financial position. So non-current assets, this is a current assets like cash at bank, and this land and building already we discussed. So they have just shown you the format, how it is presented in the financial statement. Equity liabilities. So non-current asset is a 6% bank loan, and then current liabilities are there: trade payables, suppliers payable, bank overdraft, income tax liability, and interest accrual. So this is example of your current assets, not current assets. This is in other words, this is example of your balance sheet, and this is a statement of profit, income statement, comprehensive income, house sales, cost of sales. This is a gross profit, distribution cost, operating. This format you have to remember, and this you have to apply. You cannot bring the income tax over here and distribution cost. You just have to remember the which item will come at which under which item. This is way of a presentation. So students, this is a very easy. Now welcome to your ACCA FA syllabus and FA course. This is I make sure every information is available for you. You just need to commit for to pass this paper and follow my channel for your a complete understanding and watch all lectures of this paper. Even if you check other playlists, so we'll update all other papers, exam paper also, which I am teaching. So this is statement of changes in equity is also required. So this is also a part of your balance sheet. So statement of changes, how much is coming, incoming, and outgoing, going. So equity, share premium, revaluation. These are the format designed by the framework. So you have all these things should be according to this format. You have to remember important accounting principles are also important. Materiality, one of the most important. It is tested every time. Just make sure you are clear about materiality. Item is regarded as a material if an omission or a misstatement is likely to change the perception of understanding of the user of the information. For example, they make an inappropriate decision based on the misstated information. Note that the subjective assessment made by those who prepare the financial statement, and it requires them to consider reliability of financial statement and decision-making purpose of the users, principally of the shareholders. Mean item is a material if its omission or misstatement is likely to change the perception. So अगर उसका जो है ना perception ही change हो जाएगी, तो फिर then it's mean if all of a sudden something happen, if machine got or your IT system change, or if technology change, this mean if you purchase some technology or some machine equipment for $1 million. So if it's technically it has an error, its value going down by 50%. So it means it's a material problem. So which may be omission or misstatement is likely to change the perception of understanding of the information. If any problem fire happen, if it is this is a if it is a material, if it is a fire in stock में अगर एक लाख के स्टॉक में से 1,000 का फायर हो गई है तो दैट इज मे बी नॉट अ मटेरियल. अगर 10,000 की मटीरियल फायर हो गई है तो देन इट्स मीन इट्स 10% ऑफ द स्टॉक वैल्यू. It is a material information. So materiality concept you need to clear it with the more example. It is tested in everywhere in each paper, and every part of this one they are testing. So this is the example they have given. Consider if the bank balance of the large entity such as a company, listed company, is misstated by $1 in the statement. This may not be regarded as a material. $1 is not an issue significantly, but for the if the bank balance was misstated by 100,000, so this is maybe more likely to regard it as a material misstatement of significantly. So this means if it's a surprising effect, something is creating a big influence. So it means it's overstatement is a material item. The substance over form, as I noted earlier, information to be presented fully economically reliability must be accounted for and not just for strict legal form. Example of substance over form that you will encounter later in this text: accounting treatment, redeemable preference share, although the legal way of form of shares and obligation. So this is the substance over form is mean you have a complete for if you are issuing want to create a loan, so you issue a new share and give it to them instead of taking a loan from the bank. So these type of examples we will go in more detail. Going concern simple meaning that company is going for next 12 months in the business. Company has a no issue, company has a no problem. So it means their normal expectation is just they are going on. So business is the problem, they have no any problem. So it's meaning of that is a going concern. So here financial statement are prepared for assumption that going and will continue to prepare for the foreseeable future. It has neither and need to no intention to liquidate significantly. So because the owners have no intention to close this business, here they have mentioned. So this is it is reasonable to assume that the business will continue to operate for next 12 months. Note that there is a no guarantee that this will always be in case to evidence of the business failure and insolvencies. So simple definition of going concern: business entity, any entity who is going doing business, and accrual accounting means that a transaction are recorded when a revenue or earned and when expenses are incurred, which pay regarded to timing of any associated cash. For example, a business enter into contractual agreement for the goods, another entity sales are recorded when a contractual duty. इनके इसका मतलब है accrual accounting का, आपने अगर 1 साल का किराया एडवांस पे कर दिया है और आपने जून टू आपने नेक्स्ट मई तक का 12 मंथ्स का किराया पे किया है. So then just your accounting year ending is the 31st December. तो आप ये 12 महीने का किराया जो एडवांस पे किया है, you will not treat it as expense for 12 months for the accounting according to accounting point of view. So you will just account 6 months period expenses you will book in the period of concern period, and then balance is 6 months will be treated in other period. And this is example they have mentioned over here also for your clarity. Prudence, the preparing a financial statement is a exercise of prudence when preparing financial statement. Asset income should not be overstated, as we already have covered. Consistency means they have a continuous, they have understanding, continually they are doing, and their next process are going concern. Offsetting mean to say this is offsetting netting of transaction of balances. This is just with the examples it is available. Duality, the principle recognized even transaction has the two effects of therefore must be recorded. Mean every transaction has a two effects. One is a debit, one is a credit. If there is a something item is entered twice, so they what how this is treated. For example, the business debit card to purchase a laptop for use in office. What is the dual effect? The entity now has a new asset, a laptop, and the reduced bank balance. Both effect in but dual must be recorded in the books of accounts. Historical cost and current value. So historical cost is the original monetary value of the transaction. The date of transaction was entered. For example, entity may have a purchased factory with 30 years ago. A historical cost, say 100,000, has no relation to the current value of the factory that has now the current value significantly in excess of original cost. So this is the meaning to say that they have whatever they purchased in the beginning of time. So that is a definition of historical value. Just go through these examples. This is a chapter's summary. This is all for the chapter. And the student sole proprietorship, we have gone through partnership company, operate as a business and account for the transaction. This is financial accounting. This is management accounting. So those of you students who are doing CMA, they have a complete focus on this area for the management accounting. But you are doing ACCA, you just focus on financial accounting and all. But financial accounting it also include a management accounting for the ACCA point of view. The main users, main statement, elements, and qualitative. Student, this is all for this chapter 1. So we'll show you now the pass card, flashcards, how it is. They have. Let's see the flashcards. Flashcards is also by Kaplan. This is chapter 1. I'll show you the summary of chapter 1. This is again a users. So this will help you to remember the key points and with the quick note. The elements of financial statement. It will help you students a lot and wish you all the best. So see you in next chapter. Thank you.